Hi, I'm here with Michael Kent. So tell us more about Azimo.
So Azimo is a digital remittance company. We allow customers in Europe to send money to a couple of hundred countries around the world on their mobile phone or their computer. They can send the money to any bank account globally. They can send the money for cash collection, a couple of 100,000 locations around the world. They can send it to mobile wallets. They can send it for home delivery. And that essentially is what we do. We do what people traditionally have done with Western Union or Moneygram or those guys, and we allow people to do it digitally.
What are the challenges of scaling a business like Azimo?
Well, interestingly, because most businesses grow at, I don't know, 5, 10, 15% a year, you can hire a couple of people and keep up with your growth. For us, we're growing something between 20 and 30% month on month, and so a big part of my job is just talent management, finding the right people, smart people that can help us with that growth.
How are you looking to beat the likes of Western Union and MoneyGram?
So it's a great question. Western Union, which is the largest money transfer company in the world, has about a 15 or 16% global market share. So when people talk of beating the big guys, they're big, but they don't control the whole market. I think there's room for everyone in this market. But what we have seen is that if you really focus on the product, really focus on the customer, and really focus on a non-traditional delivery mechanism, which is mobile, you can win share off the traditional guys, because you can be more efficient, you can be faster, you can offer a better customer experience, and probably over everything else, you can be much, much cheaper.
So how can social media change money transfers?
Well, I think social media is really interesting. So if you think about a money transfer, sending money from one part of the world to the other, traditionally a customer would walk out of a Western Union shop with a piece of paper that said they'd sent their money. They'd get on their mobile phone and they'd read out a number to their family member on the other side, and that family member would go and pick the money up. We can take out all of that with social media. People are already connected on Facebook or Twitter or WeChat or any of the social networks, really. So we can solve that information loop using social media. So rather than have to phone up or text or pass on the information about the transfer, we can just fire it out to people on social media. I think the other really interesting thing about it is it just makes things cheaper, because if you can make it more efficient, less errors, both of which social media give you, it just makes it much cheaper. And that's kind of what we're really focused on, bringing down the cost of remittances from a global average right now of about 9% to where we trade at something between 1 and 2%. So we've talked to a lot of these guys, and I think the thing that people are really excited about is once you have a network, transferring money becomes quite easy. So that's kind of, we've opened the book and we started writing the first chapter of that. I think there's a long way to go, and I think it's going to be really interesting over the next few years.
And how are you integrating mobile?
So mobile is really interesting, and it's interesting on both ends. Increasingly, everyone's got a mobile phone, a smartphone. So we see more and more of our customers sending money online. It's over 50% on their mobile phone. It's over 50% now. I think the other interesting thing about mobile is on the far end, where you have integration of banking and mobile phones. We're sending money to mobile wallets. So in Kenya, it's a very well-known example. 80% of our transfers to Kenya are going straight to M-Pesa. People are using their mobile phone wallet to pick up the money. And it's great, for customers who don't necessarily have access to a laptop or sitting down in an office once a day to send their money. Pull out your smartphone and you can send money to 198 countries around the world just on your phone. So we're expecting that to just be a bigger and bigger part of our business. In fact, we hardly really think about mobile anymore. Anything that's developed has to work on a mobile, has to work on a desktop. And increasingly, we're on the far end, we're plugging into mobile providers.